but let's start with a man who often leads the show here on Futbol Americas. That is one Lionel Messi. What a day he had over the weekend. Inter Miami taking on the New York Red Bulls. New York actually had the lead in this game. They were up 1-0 at the half, but Messi would get things going here with a pretty simple assist to Matias Rojas. Herc?
Yeah, the Paraguayan, coming on. It's a little nice assist. It's very simple, and then you're going to see Messi kind of get his goal. But he stole the show, and it's with these ridiculous passes like this one. How does he see that? He's not even looking at the lane. It's between like 5 different players to find Rojas. The finish is exquisite. That's neither here nor there. It's the pass. How does he see that lane? I don't understand it.
Yeah, how about Rojas, man, coming on as a sub at half, gets a goal 3 minutes in, and then gets involved with Messi, and then Messi doing the rest. You know all about this partnership, Herc. Wherever Luis Suarez is, Messi's going to find him. Suarez with a hat trick in this game.
I mean, it's PlayStation stuff. This is what you do when you're playing like FIFA, on Xbox or PlayStation. You're messing around. You're looking for these link-ups, these combos. We've seen it a lot of times in Barcelona, but when you see it firsthand, just at this age on display, it makes you think like it's all FIFA, PlayStation stuff.
5 assists then on the night for Lionel Messi, a new single-game record in Major League Soccer. What does it say about Messi? What does it say about Inter Miami? And maybe beyond that, what does it say about the competition they were going up against on Saturday night?
Yeah, I don't need to add anything more to Messi's legacy. Him doing this or not in Major League Soccer is not going to stain or break or make who he is as a player and that legacy. What I will say is this is great for many that he succeeds in Major League Soccer. You needed to see a Messi who was succeeding in Major League Soccer. Nobody wanted to see a rundown, old, weathered Messi. That's not who he is. That's not what we want to see on display when he's in the States. You can see right here, he is taking over. He is the man. He's the greatest of all time. He's doing it again. Now, as good as this is for Major League Soccer to succeed when it comes to Messi, where Messi have success on the field, it's equally as embarrassing to the casuals who don't nothing about Major League Soccer, who only tune into Major League Soccer because of Lionel Messi. When they see a player of this age doing this to one of the best teams in the league, not just any other team, one of the best teams in the league, having this kind of performance, many will say you should be used to Messi embarrassing opponents. Fine, but many casuals out there will just say, this is the level of Major League Soccer. Look what this version of Messi is doing to Major League Soccer. He's the first player in Inter Miami's history to reach 10 goals, 10 assists in a season. He's only played 10 games. He's got about 6 more months of season left. He is embarrassing, like I said last week, in Major League Soccer opponents. And to many casuals who don't pay attention to the league will think this is a reflection of the league, this level.
I disagree a little bit. I think on the line between domination, which we pretty much expected Lionel Messi to do, right, and humiliation, 5 assists in a game sounds like humiliation, but it's not every week, Herc. He's not dropping a hat trick every week. If he was doing 5 assists every game, then yeah, we could talk about, it's making the league look bad. But for all that Messi is bringing the league, the fact that he drops 5 assists and gets a bunch of headlines, that's not a bad thing. To me, the big takeaway here is that Messi's getting better. And I don't mean that he's becoming a better soccer player here in MLS, but he's getting better at making the most of the guys around him. I think actually what we saw there in the second half with Matias Rojas, think about it. That's a guy, Herc, who was signed 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Him and Messi already look like, they've been playing together for a decade. And Messi's also getting better at taking advantage of the opposition. And one of the fun things about MLS, it's not a good thing or a bad thing, it's fun, is that teams are aggressive. And they will go and they will try to play and they will be somewhat reckless defensively. And I think a lot of MLS teams, you can get away with that because the finishing, Herc, in MLS is not all that good. But the finishing here with Inter Miami is. And so even a team like the New York Red Bulls, who are aggressive but who are pretty decent, if they don't play well against a team like Inter Miami, they're going to ship 4, 5, and 6 goals. And so we're starting to see that. That, to me, is the scary part here if you're the rest of MLS. This dude is dropping 5 assists against the New York Red Bulls. There's much worse competition, and I think there's a lot more that you can get out of him. And the other big storyline here for me is Luis Suarez. Now, I felt very good because I said Golden Boot Luis Suarez. But remember, Herc, after 2 weeks of watching this dude play, I was ready to cash out on that bet. So the fact that he's dropping a hat trick here and you've got Messi firing on all cylinders, You list me right now the teams that can compete with this Inter Miami and MLS. I think there's two, and the second I'm not sure about. I think it's the Crew and maybe LAFC, depending on what they do this summer. Other than that, I don't see anybody in MLS competing with this. Go ahead,
Tough.
name them.
So, I mean, I love to throw the Galaxy in there. I still think they're doing very well. Listen. The problem with Inter Miami is you never know what you're going to get. The team looks completely different because they keep adding players. Rojas is quite a steal. He's a Paraguayan who's been playing in Argentina for quite some time. They got him on however they got him, a bargain, whatever you want to say. He comes over with his own problems, and he looks like he's been with this team for years. He looks like he's been with Messi for the longest of times, and he fits right in. Luis Suarez, I told you not to drink the Kool-Aid, that he was done, that he had no knees. Mm-hmm. That, to me, was just, I need to get to Miami. How do I get to Miami? I got a bum knee. I'm looking to retire because that's exactly what the headline said. I'm looking to spend time with my family. I have pain when I play, et cetera, et cetera. He's tearing the league a new one, just like Messi is. This is good for Major League Soccer when Messi and Suarez are good for Major League Soccer. We stated that from the beginning of this experiment, that in order for this to be successful, they needed to be successful on the field. Nobody wanted to see Messi, a weathered and old Messi, on the field. That's not what you want out of the greatest of all time. You don't want to leave with that lasting image. But sometimes, Seb, you see him do this and you have to wonder, is he making Major League Soccer look bad? Because there are casuals out there who don't have context, who don't know about the injury history, who don't know about the salary cap, who don't know about the limitations, and they'll say, where was this against that Mexican team, Rayados? So you're telling me he can do this against Major League Soccer opposition, but he's not going to do that against Liga MX opposition? What does that tell me about the level of Major League Soccer? And that, to me, can be damning. It's great to see Messi run circles around players because he's the greatest all time, and he's been doing that forever. But there are those casuals, just like you or somebody else may see the Saudi Pro League and see what Cristiano does to them and question that level.
6-2, the final score against the New York Red Bulls is Inter Miami and Lionel Messi. Still first place in the Eastern Conference. And Herc, as of right now, the most points in all of Major League Soccer. And by the way, they got this W with no Jordi Alba. So the four superstars not in the lineup, and they're still churning and burning against Eastern Conference competition.